Hello, y'all. Zero2Hero Day. We're back, and we're making bombs.
Should this concern me? I think it should, but we're going to ignore that for right now. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to another episode of Zero2Hero. I'm Tim McGee.
I am.
He's no one, I guess.
Big Doge. The plunger.
We'll be plunging today. Just like last week on the Geno palette episode, you're going to be plunging to tamp down some of our mixture. Anyway, this is Anthony. And we're actually going to be advancing in our superhero abilities today.
I'm already super.
I know.
Strong.
I know you are.
Super fit.
Anyway, we've gone over some workouts. There will be more workouts, don't worry. They're coming. We've gone over a couple of workouts. We've gone over dieting and how to optimize your diet using our sponsor for today, Geno palette.
Why say Geno palette when you can say Genius palette?
Don't eat this. Anyway, link is down in the description for that. So we've learned to optimize our diet, but taking a further step into being a superhero, I think defense is the best bet. Like, we are going to learn some hand-to-hand combat. We're going to learn multiple forms of hand-to-hand combat anyway. But today we're going to learn how to make the perfect distraction. A smoke bomb.
Yeah.
I
was gonna say, you know, like a cute girl on the side of the road.
I mean, that's not a perfect distraction.
You and I have different definitions.
Yeah.
Of perfect.
You thirsty as all hell. Anyway.
Well, I'll just drink this.
No, do not.
Sponsored by Stump Remover.
No, we're not sponsored by that. We are not sponsored by Stump Remover. You can't say that kind of stuff because we're not sponsored
by Sayings by Anthony. I just winked, wearing sunglasses.
Excuse me while I murder someone. Today we're going to be making this little white powdered mixture, and what that is it's a 2-to-3 ratio of simple sugar, granulated sugar that you can get at any grocery store, and stump remover. I specifically chose this brand because that is potassium sulfate in it, which is going to act as the catalyst. That's going to be what catches on fire, and the sugar is going to be what creates the smoke. Now, we are going to say, do not do this at home. We aren't even trained professionals. We technically shouldn't be doing this at home either.
Well,
but leave it to us to test this. There have been other YouTubers who have done this. Our friends over at The King of Random and The Modern Rogue have both done this. There's links in the cards above. But this is something we're doing so that you don't have to. Anyway, now we're going to show you how to make it. So, again, it's a 2-to-3 ratio. It's 2 parts sugar, 3 parts stump remover. You don't have to touch it.
I like touching things.
So we're going to try this in a couple of different ways. We already made up the mixture. This is all just staging at this point.
This is true. At this point, I assume
already made up the mixture, and we're going to be doing this in a couple of ways. We're going to, one, cook it down, because that is a more common way to do it. But I want to test 2 other theories. One is, can this stuff burn on its own while it's still in powder form? Will it create a smoke bomb? And if so, what happens if we tamp it down? That's why we actually have this little dowel rod right here. we're just going to fill up one of these, pat it down so that it's nice and firm, light it off and see if we get the same or an improved reaction. So let's get into this. All right, so we just cooked this up. You saw us making this. Now, what you see on here is kind of a little pull tab so that it ignites on its own. Now, that is another King of Random original. If you want to see how to build it, check out their channel. Again, link is up in the cards. But right now, what we're going to do is just carefully, not carefully enough.
God. So you pour some out for the homies.
Always pour some out for the homies.
Now it's okay if some
I feel
spills.
like that's enough.
It's biodegradable.
I don't think it's biodegradable at all.
I picture ants eating it and turning into like Ant-Man.
Anyway, we should have probably put paper down or something. But this is also why we have gloves on, so that we're not getting this stuff on our hands, because it's probably a little corrosive. So, since you're the plunger, I'm gonna let you handle that while I
am the trained professional.
While I go get a lighter. Tell them what you're doing.
Now see, the key to plunging is you lightly tap, making sure you hit all the sides. Although I am being pretty cognizant, considering this is a chemical. And it might explode in my head.
Alright, so we have these, and first off,
you gonna light it on fire?
You're gonna light yours on fire. I'm gonna light this one.
Fire.
If I can. Alright, so I gotta take off the glove because I can't.
So we're lighting it.
Yes, we're lighting this first one.
We're lighting the dangerous chemical. I'll stand back here behind this sturdy tree. Don't worry, Tim. I've got your back. Tim!
I hope you could see him hiding behind a tree. I want to see if this will actually light the powder.
I'll see.
Huh?
Did it work?
Not yet. But the wick is still making its way down to the fire, to the fuel.
Are we dead yet?
No, we're not dead yet. So I don't think this is actually going to work, which if this doesn't work, I highly doubt this will, but the wick might actually be a little bit better. I want to see if this goes off, though the fact that it's on fire, I might want to move these. Move them off the table while...
Tim! I hear crackling.
Alright, so it
I hear crackling.
sounds like it's starting.
Tim!
I'm just getting rid of anything that could technically catch on fire. But it doesn't look like we're going to have to worry about that too much. Though, look, it is smoking. All right, so cool. Look, check this out. It is smoking, which means...
I'm getting a faint aroma. It smells like a barbecue day.
Kind of smells like burnt sugar, because it is burnt sugar.
I do like creme brulee. Nothing's happened. I think that's just the case.
No, if you look at the top,
Oh, just
it's...
the top was singed. How tragic. We look like fools!
There it goes. All right, so check that out. That is awesome.
We're gonna die. Is it safe?
Yeah, it's safe.
Fire hazard!
No, don't do that.
Aw.
So, as we can you actually hand me the stick?
Stick of truth!
And now bring the bucket back this way. It honestly
Sponsored by
burned through my table.
Dirty Bucket. Oh, Jesus.
That is how hot it gets. Do not do this at home because I just ruined this plastic table. So we saw how that one worked and that kind of went up pretty quick. I'm curious how well that will go, and I do want to make sure that
We're getting money shots here.
while it's still recording. All right, light it off, Big Doge.
Big Doge.
Can you light it with the glove on?
Oh, God.
Yeah, no, these gloves are a pain.
I got it. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun,
Gotta
dun.
make sure it actually lights.
Dun, 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 dun.
You threw my lighter.
Yeah. Did it happen again?
So the wick is basically dead.
Now I just look like a fool.
There we go. So again, we're going to check this out.
Tim,
The
what are
entire
these wicks?
wick.
Are
The
these
wicks
wicks?
that we did are just string. That's all it is.
We are not sponsored by these wicks.
We don't have a wick sponsor. We need a wick sponsor. There it goes. It might actually go through the table.
That would be problematic. You should probably put the bucket under it. Tim, be careful. Your eye.
So, as you can see, huge reaction there. And it's slowly burning through my table. It really is. Damn, and it won't even go out. This, it might actually, well, this table is definitely, no, just leave it like that. Because if anything happens, it's just going to burn through and just fall through. Like I said, we are taking precautions. This is why you don't do this stuff at home. And I didn't know what would happen.
Tim is already taken. See, I'm single, so that's why I'm very concerned and running away.
Okay.
I have things to live for.
So we're going to pause this for a minute and we'll be right back.
Flames of hell, Tim.
That did nothing.
Yeah, I don't foresee this stopping
Alright, so anyway,
until...
what we're going to probably do right now is real quick, wipe this sucker off.
Wait, why would that help?
Well, this is the cooked one.
So what does that mean? Won't that just be more dangerous?
Could be.
Hey, now I can take like a journal footage. Hello guys. Inside look at Zero2Hero. As you can see, the world is burning behind me. And I am here. Posted up, waiting to die. If you see this, Halsey, I love you, boo.
Alright, so we have one more of these, and we've already seen what the other 3 did. Just powder alone meant it was spewing out everywhere. Legitimately put a hole through this table. It put a couple of holes through this table because it is a chemical fire. We're doing one more. This is our big can and it's filled up to about here with it.
Should we really?
The idea is this time we're going to put it in this aluminum can on top of a brick, on top of a grate for, can't think of the word, a barbecue.
Do you have the dirt ready?
I'm hoping that the idea is it's not gonna burn through this, but it might. And if it does, it's not gonna burn through the brick. But if anything spews out, This grate is here to help stabilize it a bit. Do have more water to try to quench it, but I do also have more soil to
Because
pour onto it just in case.
Chemical fires cannot be put out by water, Tim.
Yes, I know.
Science fact.
Anyway, we're going to try this. Are you ready?
God. I'll never be ready for this.
Do you need to take a breath?
I'll never be ready.
I kind of feel like I need to take a breath.
I feel like we need to not do this, maybe.
Yeah, you're...
Sponsored by whoever wedding we got those matches from.
Which didn't work.
Thanks a lot, Kelly and Brent. You're real suckers.
Actually, the names...
Are we really going to say their names?
Are Bridget and Michael.
They know who they are.
I highly doubt, one, they remember us, because that was from 2017.
What did they serve?
I don't know.
I don't remember.
All right, so there's no going back now, folks. Yeah, nope, no going back, and I'm actually going to help
Tim, it's too late. Run away.
By dropping it in.
Oh my God.
I don't know if that's actually going to do anything. I'm kind of hoping it does, but
I think we're gonna die. You should step back.
no, it went out.
Well,
it definitely went out.
as always, this Zero2Hero. Let's get into it.
This is not a smart move, guys. Like I said.
Oh my God, Tim! I thought
Do
we were
not-
sending it off. I thought we were done.
Do not do this at home. Nope, that's not even going to... That's just going to burn there.
Tim.
Do you have a different idea? Rip off the top.
Really? Make it more accessible to die? Tim, you have wedding pictures to shoot.
Yes.
If you burn your hands, you won't nearly be sexy enough.
All right, let's see what that does. So yeah, we are taking cover quite a bit. I want to see if it lights it, and
like this video, it's gone up in...
there it goes.
Oh my God!
That created a lot of smoke. It didn't burn through this time.
Oh,
but
congratulations. We almost died as opposed to fully died. You know, I wasn't born a pessimist, but here I am, being a pessimist.
you shouldn't. Should always trust me. We had a thunderstorm, and this was out in the rain. The other one wasn't. How was this dry and the other one was wet?
Oh, because that's wet.
Doesn't make
that's
sense.
Probably wet mulch. That's dry mulch.
They're both potting soil. They're not
Never
mulch.
even heard of it.
So
Oh
we
my
definitely have a lot of coverage. None of the tree around us is on fire. This was probably a bad place to record.
We probably should cut out all this stuff that makes us look wildly unable to do such things.
Again, do not do this at home. Seriously, I own the place, so I'm not going to be suffering any damage. But if you live at home with like your parents and you are at least the age of 18, because you can't buy this stuff without being over the age of 18, don't do this. It's dumb. The can is completely gone, by the way.
You probably should.
I want to point that
anyway.
out. The can melted down completely.
Even if you can, doesn't always mean you should. Does not.
That I still think that's pretty amazing. Is the entire can's gone.
I just feel like you haven't watched Jurassic Park, because that's like the lesson that you learn in that
Even
movie.
though you can,
and
you
here we are,
should.
almost dying in a fire.
Anyway, when we cooked the stuff, that was actually way more controlled. That was a lot more controlled. But this can was filled more than half, because when I ripped open the top, I realized that it was about 3/4 of the can.
There was a moment where I saw the aluminum get
Yeah.
visibly molten hot.
I'm really hoping
And I
that the
almost pissed
camera
myself
caught
a
that,
little
because it definitely did get molten around the sides
Why,
of it. And if you
why
look
are you saying that
inside,
happy?
because this is
I'm-
science adjacent, and I think this is actually quite amazing, is you can actually see here all the melting from the inside out.
And my closest death experience
It's
used
now
to
this.
be when I fell off the back of a jet ski in the bay, and I gave up on my life knowing that Jaws was going to come and get me.
Dun dun.
But now it's this. So there's that. There is definitely that.
Yeah. All right, so the additional precautions that we took, we should have probably taken well beforehand.
We probably should have had a flame retardant blanket.
Yeah, probably. We absolutely should have. So a couple of things. One, this is a chemical fire. Water won't put it out. You can quench some of it. I know. I'm just recapping.
Stealing my things.
I'm recapping.
I like my
It's a better control when the rocket fuel is as rocket candy, which is that hard gel that happens when you cook it up and it kind of turns to peanut butter that you saw earlier.
I'd say it's more like toffee, but
Toffee. Actually, yeah, no, that's actually like spot on. Yeah, it looks like toffee. Anyway, that seemed to be a lot more controlled. It did go up really fast, and there is a reason it's called rocket fuel. This is homemade rocket fuel, and you should not be doing this. It is very dangerous. If you do this, make sure it's not on a flammable object. Make sure that there's some kind of stone underneath however you're setting it off, and make sure you have the proper precautions to put it out. Now, we were woefully unprepared, though we were also equally prepared because I did have 2 bags of potting soil.
got that.
But as you can see, my table is melted. This is going out in the recyclables tonight.
Oh, we're not gonna just set off another smoke on it until it fully disintegrates.
Do you want to? I mean,
You're going to do that alone.
there's an entire jar there filled with this stuff. We could just... Actually, I'm kind of curious about how it would work in glass now.
No, we're not gonna do that, Tim, because I have aspirations
Aspirations or
that go
Asperger's?
past this moment in time. It doesn't
So do I.
involve us dying.
Anyway, in its powder form, it's perfectly fine. It's not going to combust on its own. You introduce it to fire, this stuff will create a lot of smoke real quick. Like, a lot of smoke real quick. And there's a different smoke bomb that I do want to make that's way, way safer. Because it's one of those ones that you put into a ping pong ball.
You think we're doing
you
this
smack it down
again,
and it just...
sir?
That's it? Yes. Yes, I do. But this was...
Maybe after your pottery class.
Come on, you have to admit, this was actually amazing to witness. Did you ever think you would see something like this in your life?
Because personally, I don't have a death wish.
Oh, sounds like
Caitlin's going to witness her burn.
my fiance is like, what's going on?
Sounds like someone's going to be in the doghouse.
No,
I'm
she's
winking.
going out to her car. But,
Are you ready?
I think that's it. Do you want to send us off?
As always,
Nope, that's not how
it's
we do
Zero
it.
to Hero. Let's get into it.
Okay, yeah, that's...
Like and subscribe down below. Ring that bell.
Actually, yeah, that works. So,
If you want to control what our next video is, comment down below. Your choices are pottery class, sword fight, workout, Dungeons and Dragons. Winky face.
okay, so... no, that's not going to be a thing.
I walked
because
off the camera, Tim.
we've
It
already
is.
shot a few episodes, and
is.
that's coming up.
It is.
So you don't control our next
Don't listen to
episode,
him.
though we will have
I am one
a
part of this.
poll of what episodes would you like to see next. Like and comment down below, and as always, thank you for... Oh,
Let's get into it.
thanks for coming in. We'll see you next week.